Hi, everybody. Bob Hui here from Wild Rose Toastmasters. And we have one of our newer members, actually somebody I've known for many, many years, Von Eric. Von Eric is actually serving as our Program Quality Director for District 99 right now. And your phone is going on and off, so we can't see your smile, my friend. Okay, there you go. So, Von Eric, I'm going to ask you the same question that I ask all the other people that I'm doing these interviews with. Tell us a little bit about your Toastmaster journey and why you joined Wild Rose, because I know you live out in Drain Valley, you work out there. So for you, it's a choice of coming remotely to the club. So tell us about what you started with Toastmasters, how you got where you are, and why you joined us as a club.
Well, first, I discovered Toastmasters in 2000. When did I join? 15.
Okay.
And I really don't know about Toastmasters actually. So let's say it like this. I discovered it by accident. So actually that year, I really wanted to go back to school, and we have a NATE campus here. So I went to the building, but upon entering the building, what I saw in the main door is about Toastmasters, and it says
Oh.
there, do you wanna ace your interview? And I said, check.
Yeah.
Do you wanna improve your English? Yeah, it says there, do you wanna improve your English? Of course, check.
Yeah.
Then you wanna be confident? Of course, check. So anyway, what's this Toastmasters all about? So I talked to a friend. I read this poster while going to the NATE building to inquire about upgrading because I really wanted to go back to school.
Yeah.
So anyway, he said, I know they're meeting on that room. If you want, let's join as a guest. So we went together. I liked it. I'm a guest for 3 meetings, and then I decided to join April 1st, 2015. And then the rest is history because I like listening to speeches and I like the evaluation. But one thing that makes me stay in Toastmasters is the people, like the mentoring, the mentors. So that's why I'm still here. And the rest is I joined leadership, district leadership. I serve as division director, area director twice, and then I decided to throw my hat in the ring in club growth director last year, and I was so grateful I won the election. So, and this is my second year as a member of the trio. So
There you go. So how's it been going so far? Or should I ask?
well,
We'll talk
last
about that
year,
afterwards.
let's start last year, Bob. I enjoyed my tenures as a club growth director.
Okay.
My main focus is to improve our district standing.
Yep.
So my predecessor always telling, "Oh, we're in the bottom of the ranking in the world and in the region." So I challenged myself and I asked myself, how I am going to turn this around? And the number one challenge last year is, of course, we have this $15 US dollar increase in our membership. I told myself, how can I turn this around? So anyway, I form a team. Luckily, I got like 5 people in my team. I have retention chair, extension chair.
Yep.
So what is important is set your objective, your goal to your team, and then make a plan and then work on it.
Yep.
So the end result last year, and I'm happy to inform this to everyone, the team, the District 99, the leaders, members, we were number one in the region, Region 4 last year in terms of membership. We were in top 25 last program year in membership as well.
Okay.
But the most important thing that we got here last year is we became number one in the world when it comes to membership percentage. So that award for District 99 is the Membership Strength Award, is because we are number one when it comes to membership growth at 30%.
Oh, okay.
So I enjoyed my tenure last year as a club growth director. I gained my objective. I hit my target, improve our district through the help of other leaders and my team. And now, on to another journey as program quality director.
Well, and that's the thing. Every year has its own focus, its own challenges,
Yes,
and the learning curve. I mean,
correct.
same thing like next year when you're district director, it'll be another learning curve for you. But hopefully,
That's
because you've done
true.
uh, club growth and program quality, you'll be better equipped to be a good district director. That's the way the system is designed, to make sure that you get a good chance to succeed and you can serve the district. So I applaud you for stepping up, for taking this role and the other roles that you've taken. And it's having been there, I know how much work it is, and so I know it takes its toll because you're working full time, plus you're doing Toastmasters and you got a family, et cetera, et cetera. It's a challenge sometimes to balance all that stuff.
Well, that's true. Actually, that's the most challenging aspect actually is balancing. But to be honest, I'm asking myself, is there really a balance?
Well, I
So
don't think
let's
there's
say
any
I'm
real
doing,
balance because
yeah, let's,
well, actually, the true work-life balance is
yeah,
a fantasy. It doesn't really happen. I think the bottom line is you have to say, okay, what's important, what's critical, and what do I, get that done and leave the rest of it. It's
that's
just,
correct.
you can't do it all.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. You have to do, uh, like there was a TV show called MASH, was on for years and years and years about the war in Korea, and these guys would come in, they'd have triage, and they'd have all these wounded come in, and they'd send people out to look at the ones, okay, this one can be saved, this one just make him comfortable because he's dying, and they put their time and energy into the ones that could be saved. They're the ones that got into the operating table. Harsh, yes, but
Mhm.
that's the reality. And sometimes that's the same way we have to be with our time. Yeah, I'd love to help you, but I don't have the time for that. And that's
Mhm.
the biggest challenge I had when I was in your role, was
Yes,
figuring out
yes,
my time and trying to balance, if you use the term loosely, between what I needed to get done and what was asked of me. And being a nice guy, I tried to get stuff done. And then very often my own stuff fell apart because I didn't get time for it. So
correct.
at the end of my term when I was finished district director, I realized that there's life after district director. You know, there's a
Mm,
life after, you still have a Toastmaster life, but you have a life because you have other things you can do. So that's what I tell people in your role is keep that in mind, do what you can, try and make sure you take care of yourself, get some people to support you. That's one thing I hope that Wild Rose is doing for you and Rebecca and Diane and Cheryl is being a support group in a sense because most of us have been in leadership roles. So to a
yes.
certain extent, we know some of the pressures. So if nothing else, we're here to talk to. But but it's a challenge. I mean, you and I have known each other for a long time. I remember running into you quite often at the district conferences the first couple of years, and
Yes.
you'd always buy my books, and
Yes. Yeah.
and I thought, I don't know
And
who this guy is,
you
but
remember
he wants to get
you,
educated. So
you, you remember when I bought your book and then I don't have a cash or something like that? And then I paid it the next conference, I
I
think,
think
or
so. And
it's
to
a
be
big
honest,
event, another big event. And
I never even worried about it until you came up to me and said, "I owe you some money." I hadn't even thought of it. When you came up, what do you owe me? Well, I got some books from you at the last conference, and oh, yeah, okay, thanks. It's not like I lost a lot of sleep over it.
yeah,
But
it's because I live outside of Edmonton. So that's the
yeah,
only time I see you, conference or
yeah,
big events in district.
yeah, yeah. And then we
Yeah.
knew each other with GoPro as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, it's nice. I know it's going to be tough for you to get physically to a meeting, although maybe you can get to one sometime during the year because people like to actually see you. But the fact that you're going to be able to hopefully be with us at least online will be good. And that was the thing like last night. We're still working out the technology at the new building or the new building, I guess also a new room. But I think once we get
Mhm.
it going, then maybe we can add some people who can come in by Zoom to be actively involved in the club, and that's at least the hope. because we
Yeah.
want to make the club accessible, whether you're able to come in person or you can log in when you're on the road,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So, but it's like anything. That's why I had the theme this year called "Learn It Forward." In other words, you learn it while you're doing it.
Yeah. While
You
you're
don't
doing
learn
it.
it
Yeah.
and then do it. It's not like
Yeah.
sit down, read the book, then you go do it. In this case, when you're in a leadership role, you learn by doing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the key.
That's
That's what I'm learning, even like last night, relearning how to chair a meeting. It's been so long since I've done it. I'm very rusty, and it showed last night. So I'm going to have to beef up a little bit and do a better job next month because people are going to call me on it if I don't.
yeah. But it was a fun meeting last night. So
It was.
it was
Well,
good.
and
It
I
was.
think that's the key we want to get across to people is that Toastmasters is fun, but Wild Rose is a great place. It's fun, great people. That's why I'm doing these interviews. So people get to
Mhm.
know some of our members and go, hey,
Yeah.
I can hang out with Mon Eric and I can hang out with so and so and get to know so and so. And, because I mean, to be honest, I've been a member of Wild Rose now 24 years. It'll be 24 years in October
Oh
or
wow.
next month, I guess, September, I guess.
24 and
And
you're
since I moved here from BC, I've been a member
yeah.
of Toastmasters for 34 years. And I stay because of the people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's
you
one
know,
reason too I stayed because
yeah,
of the people, the mentoring actually.
yeah,
The support from the true leaders who are willing to help you to grow and
yeah,
develop. That's one thing I really appreciate in
yeah.
Toastmasters.
Well, and I think for the most part, that's one of the strengths that we have in Toastmasters in general, is people are willing to help. I
Yeah.
really, over the years, I found that in a lot of cases, people were more willing to help me than I was willing to ask them. Because a lot of times I didn't
Mhm.
want to encroach, or I was thinking, oh, they're going to be too busy, and sometimes they actually were too busy. But lots of
Yeah.
times, say, you're Bob, yeah, I'll help you. I mean, I've had a few people like Guy Kawasaki. I've done a couple of anthology books, and Guy Kawasaki contributed to one of the ones I did. And then I came back to him a couple of years later for another one I was doing to support whatever I was supporting then. And he said, Bob, I can't help you with this. I'm in the middle of writing a book and launching a new product, but good luck on your on your thing. So but the worst thing you can do is ask, you know. It's like
Yes.
I'm going to Copenhagen on Sunday. And I actually sent a copy of my leadership book to the King of Norway and the King, or not the King of Norway, King of Denmark and the King of Sweden, with a note saying, I'd love to meet you if I'm in town. And I was hoping I'd get something back, but I didn't. So, but the worst that can happen is they say, yeah, come on over to the palace.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to ask, rather than
Well, whether it even got to them, I don't know. I mean, when I when I was in Italy, I went to the Vatican and I actually mailed a leadership book to the Pope from St. Peter's Square. They have a little post office in there. And I went in to see the guy and I said, "Can I mail this?" And he said, "That's to the Holy Father." Yeah. What is it? It's a book I wrote for the. And he said, yeah, he just lives just over here in his little bungalow. You can't get to it because it's lined, but I'll take it to him. And so I never thought anything of it. A month later, I got a letter from one of his assistants saying, the Holy Father wants to thank you for your note in your book, and he's going to pray for you.
yeah.
You never know.
Well, that's a good idea though, right? That's a good
Yeah,
idea. So
yeah, you just never
you
know.
give me an idea about it. You just never know.
Yeah, the worst they can do
Right?
is say no.
Yeah. Yes.
I
It's
sent a
true.
book to Obama, never even got a response. So who knows?
Yeah.
But
Mm-mm.
that's the nice thing about Toastmasters. Like for me, it's given me the courage to try things I wouldn't normally try. And I like to
Mm.
see that with our members to step up and do something and say, okay, you know, did you do it perfect? No. Will you do it better next time? Yeah. Okay, great. That's the whole point. If you
Yeah.
learn from the experience, we don't expect perfection. We just expect progress. And I
Hmm.
think that's the difference. We want to encourage people to grow and that's, I think, one of the things that, at least for me, Wild Rose has done is I see people encouraging people to grow.
Yeah.
And, and
I like that.
I think that's one of the strengths that we have.
Okay.
So
Well, the,
what would you say to somebody that's a Toastmaster who's thinking about moving their skills to a higher level? Why would they come to Wild Rose?
well, I will tell them that most of the members there are past district leaders. Okay, we have international director formerly, we have past regional advisor formerly, and if you join to a group of people, let's say 5 people who are really great in leadership, then chances are you will be the sixth.
Yeah.
So it's an advanced club. Most of us there are not really brand new Toastmasters. Probably if I'm going to compare myself, I'm just only 9 years in Toastmasters, and people there are 10 years or more than 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I'm going to say. But yeah, so if you want to improve your speaking, there's accredited speaker there, the current president. If you want to be in a leadership position, well, people can help you there.
Mhm.
The current district director is there, okay, a member of that club. A member also is past international president Ken.
Mhm.
We have past district governors and director, and of course, aside from the current district director, the program quality director is now there
Yeah.
because he was encouraged to join by the leaders. So why not join? Why not
Well,
join us?
well, we're happy to have you, my friend. We're happy to have you. And so for those of you listening to this or watching this, hopefully thousands will see it, maybe one or two, I don't know. But we want to remind you that Wild Rose meets with except for a couple of months, we meet the last Thursday of the month. And we'd be happy to see you, happy to have you check us out. And if you like what you see, we'd be happy to offer an opportunity to become a member. So thank you, Von Eric.
Well, thank you very much, Bob. Well, it's been years actually. You've been inviting me, and then Kathy Atchison, when she was the vice president of member, she's inviting me. At that time, of course, the time commitment is the number one problem. But now that well, I like this once a month meeting, so join us. Well, thank you, Bob.
All right. Thank you.